Hey, Mimi cat. Hi. You're not. You're not Mimi cat. Salty cat. Hmm. Mm-hmm. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ಬಾರ್ದು ಹಂಗೆ just like that. Okay. ಹೌದು. ಹ್ಮ್. ಹ್ಮ್.
Before us lies Aru Village,
ಅಂಬಾನಿ ಯಾರ ಕೆಲಸ
the
ಏನಕ್ಕೆ
safe
ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು?
haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
ಹ್ಮ್. ಇವತ್ತೇನಾಗಿದೆ? ನಾನ ನೀನ?
Sino. Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps...
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತಿದ್ಯಾ?
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist.
ಸರಿ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ತಲೆಗೆ.
Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
ಅದೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದು ನೀವು ಊಟ ಕುಡಿತೀವಿ.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Who is that out here?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
ಹೇಳಿ ಬೇಗ. Okay.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Al-Haytham, to the point of blocking an attack for him. If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
ಇನ್ನು ಬ್ರೋ? ಇಲ್ಲ.
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time.
ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಬ್ರೋ.
Stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
Has Al-Haytham done something wrong?
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ ಬ್ರೋ.
Mine doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
ಹೇಳು ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೋ. Okay, very nice.
I won't waste my breath explaining things.
ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ಗೆ. ಆಗಿಂದ ಅದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಹಿಂಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಹಂಗಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ. ನಿನ್ ಕತೆ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ.
take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to.
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does and why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all as far as I'm aware, the other Matra, have you been given a mission that's... If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal.
You two! Ugh! What should we do?
Ahem. Well, look at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Wait, Dia? Great! Finally, someone that we can... You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two...
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to... Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಏನ್ ಯಾವ
But
ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್
how
ಓದ್ತಿದ್ದೆ?
dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru village?
ಎಕ್ಟಮದ ಕುಂಡಿತಾನೆ.
It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick
ಇಲ್ಲಿ
skulls
ಹೆಂಗ್
until you
ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು?
finally learn to respect these grounds.
ಅಕ್ಕೋ ಕುಂಡಿತಾನೆ ಪುಕ್ಕಿತಾನೆ ಪುಕ್ಕಿ.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
Whoa, what's going on? The wind's so strong. It's...
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Hey! All of you, over here, quick!
Someone's calling for us!
That sounded like Candace. Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of...
All right, stop.
ಅಕ್ಕೋ ಚಿನ್ನ ನೀನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಚಿನ್ನನಾ?
Well, hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, the air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down. Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of...
Our savior has come. Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's
There's no need to thank me.
Wow, she's so gentle and caring. Like a nice older...
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should... As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers, and now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely... So please, have an honest and if anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with... And that goes for you too, Miss Dia. Do I make myself...
All right, we got it, Can.
That's what I like to hear.
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those...
Wait, that was...
I have nothing to hide. So there's no shame in While All Hatham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious
ಒಂದು
mission.
ನಿಮಿಷ ಏನು ಏನ್ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಫ್ರೂಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಹೌದಾ, ನಂಗೆ ಉಡುಪಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರ ಪಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೋ.
Rather, I've chosen to exile.
Huh? exactly?
A little while ago,
ಹೋಗೋದು ಅದ್ರ ಪಡೆ.
I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress.
ಪಾಪ. ಆಯ್ತು, ಇವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡು ಪಾಪ.
As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request. But I soon began to realize that they were cautious. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request. The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the Sage. I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the Sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge. The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today. I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary. Well, Sino, if that's your...
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard the sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler.
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the Divine Knowledge Capsule, and I think we deserve an explanation.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating.
I'll hate them!
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me.
The most enticing...
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all. Their words contained one key piece of information. Namely, that divine knowledge indeed exists. That, from my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the Divine Knowledge Capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the same. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ainul Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidence.
Even though I ran into the traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. You were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
That's true. I'll hate them helped us.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth. I took the Divine Knowledge Capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one. After all.
You should be well aware, Scribe Al-Haytham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any...
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia.
Fine. Although you haven't completely...
As you wish.
Good. And now you, Dia. I believe it's you.
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Junior, I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to Aru Village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back to but then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill.
Is that all? Well,
That's more like it. I missed you all.
Whoa! What was that?
no need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home.
Creatures?
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry.
The wind's died down. Them Candace still isn't back yet, though.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried.
Meow meow ಬೆಕ್ಕು. ಕೊತ್ತಂಬರಿ ಸೊಪ್ಪು. ಹಾಲಿಂಬೌಲ್ ನೆಕ್ಕು. ಏನು?
Candace, you're still fighting? You've been out here.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated.
Ah! Here comes another wave!
Leave this round to us. I got
It's been quite a while since I've seen...
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Squall and Fury! Upon the gale!
Here comes another wave! When are they ever gonna let up?
Behold!
The creature stopped appearing.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sand...
Well fought, everyone. No injuries, I hope.
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually...
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but
I can't say they've always been common. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes. According to an
Another of... So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes...
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These
Everyone in Aru village needs to take good care. Speaking of which, why haven't...
Village Keeper? Who are...
does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru village refers to mad scholars. Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia Forest. The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, but no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If your plan...
I've had encounters with those people in the past.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds...
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia? But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino?
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No, let's start by finding a spot to share what we know.
Meow meow cat. ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. Rolling on the mat.
Although I've
cute
sent
cat.
myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Good morning. ಇವತ್ತು ಬೇಗ 6 o'clockಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ.
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru village. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. Initially, the people of Aru village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that.
ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ವೋಡಾಫೋನಿಂದ ಜಿಯೋಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಿಮ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಸೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಿಪ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ವೋಡಾಫೋನ್ ಅವ್ರು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗಿಂದ ಕಾಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲ್ ನನಗೆ, ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೋ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆಚೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸಿಮ್ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಜಿಯೋಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋದು, ವೋಡಾಫೋನಿಂದ ಜಿಯೋಗೆ. ಹೌದು, ನಿಂಗೆ ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ? ಹಾ, ನಮ್ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಫುಲ್ಲು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್, ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ.
Aru village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from, despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night. All the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. After that, the people of Aru village treated the mad scholars with great...
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru village? Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know...
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said,
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then!
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ನಂಗೆ ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ ವೋಡಾಫೋನು, ಅದರದ್ದು ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಗಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಡ್ರಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತು ತುಂಬ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರೋ. ನನಗೆ ಪರ್ ಡೇ 1 GB ಡೇಟಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 100 minutes ಟಾಕ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟೋ SMS-ಗೆ 360 rupees ಪರ್ ಮಂತ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ KYC ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹೆಸರಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ತೊಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ. ಅದು ನಂದು ಮೇಜರ್ ಆಗಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿನ. ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಸತಿನೂ ನಾನು ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ವೋಡಾಫೋನು, ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸು ಏನಿದು. ಇವತ್ತು ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲ್, ಸರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕು, ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿವಿಟಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, ವಿತಿನ್ 7 days ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಖತ್ ಸೂಪರ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 1 month ಫ್ರೀ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಿಮ್ದು 360 250 ತರ್ತೀನಿ, ಏನೇನೋ ಅಂತೀಯ. ನಂತರ ಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಶುರು ಆಗೋಗಿ ಜಿಯೋ ಸಿಮ್ ಡೆಲಿವರ್ ಆಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. ಈಗೇನು ವಾಪಸ್ ಹೋಗೋದು? ಸಿಮ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ಸಿಮ್ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೇಮ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್, ಅದು ಮಂಡೇ ಆಕ್ಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ನಂಗೆ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೆ, ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ, ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಅದು ಏನು 5G ಎನೇಬಲ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೋ ಏನಕ್ಕೋ ಫುಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನ ಕಾಯ್ತೀನಿ, ಇಲ್ವಾ ಇದನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನು ಈಸಿ, 1 day ಡೆಲಿವರಿ, ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ತಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ.
So, what do you make of the story? Really?
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanagi...
No, it's not so much that I don't... Lesser Lord Kusanagi. The academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored... In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanagi and her deeds.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can...
Good! Then you should know that we're telling...
That look in your eyes. How can this be? To think. Our Archon has been among...
Alright, Now it's our turn to put our skills to good use, but easier said than done. Especially since we don't...
Excuse me, are you here?
Huh?
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
ಬಿಸಿ ಬಾಸ್ ಏನೋ ಬಿಸಿ ಬಾಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೋನ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೌದು
My
ನಾನು
name is
ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಯಾರು
Isak.
ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
Is your grandpa mad?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad...
The person you're referring to is not a local.
Grandpa is just Grandpa. I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please...
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house. I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was. But I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any
Deserted
ill
bunna.
intent.
Whoa. Heathen was...
One of the worst 5-star characters.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went.
ಸೈನೋನ
Honest.
ಸೈನೋ ನಾನು ಯಾವತ್ತು ತುಂಬಾ
If
ಜನ
you
ಯೂಸ್
don't
ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ
believe me, you can ask Miss Can.
All right.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಬಟ್ 5-star ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಬಫ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್ ಜೇಡು ಇವಂದು ಯಾವುದು ಸೈನೋದು ಜೇಡು ಲೀವೇ ವೆಪನ್ಪಾ ಅದೇ ಸುಮೇರುಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಏನೋ ಅವನ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇದೆ
Sino is super vigilant.
Ah, you're back already.
ವೆಪನ್ನು ಸಿಕ್ತಾ ನಿಂಗೆ
He just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of...
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew that?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after... Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time. Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head.
ಇನ್ನ ಸುಮಾ
He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the
ಇಲ್ಲ
names
ಇಲ್ಲ
of the
ಮಾಡಿ
stars,
ಇಲ್ಲ
and accompanied Isak until the next morning. Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking.
ಹೌದು ಲಿಯೋ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಡೇನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ
Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find...
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad.
Perhaps.
ಡೇನ್ಸಿಯಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್
Nearly
ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಶಿಪ್
everyone who
ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್
lives
ಇದೆ
in the desert has
ಫಸ್ಟ್
some
ಟೈಮ್
form of
ನಾವು
hardship and
ಬೀಡು
regret.
ಮತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಳು ಮೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು
But even
ಕಾಜುವ
so, we must still continue
ಶಿಪ್
on with
ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್
our
ಮಾಡಿ
lives.
ಮುಗಿಸಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಇದು ಇನ್ನು ಸುಮ್ಮ
It's also my reason
Darko.
for fighting. I must
ನೀನ್ ಯೋಗ
continue to
ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ
protect this
ಜ್ವರ
land.
ಉಸಿರು ಬಿಡೋದು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What?
No, nothing. As long as...
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
ಏಯ್
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys.
We've cleared everything up. Let's go.
Really? Yeah.
Dumb. Dumb.
All
Dumb.
right. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
ದಮ್ ಹೊಡೆದು ಹೊಡೆದು ಬರೀ ಅದೇ ಬರುತ್ತಿರು ಬರೀ ಅಲ್ವಾ? Rosario level up. ಇವತ್ತು ಮಂಡೇ ಥರ್ಸ್ಡೇ ಸಂಡೇ. ನನ್ನ ಟೀಮ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಾನು. ಏನೇನೋ ಆಲ್ ಹೈತಮ್ಮು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಓ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ನೋಡ್ತೀನಿ.
Excuse me. Did you happen to see where the missing scholars?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road.
Okay.
Anything else?
The scholars that have gone missing.
Those eyes.
Don't change the
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped.
Do you also think Grandpa and the...
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Esau. He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my... It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful.
Gotcha.
ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently?
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa. The last time I saw him, he was pacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people... And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining.
Oh, thank you.
It was nothing. You're
Yeah.
That's no good. Well, once you found him, I've known you since you were very young. So as far as I'm concerned...
Wow, what a nice...
Okay.
Huh? Don't say anything for now. Let's head over there.
King Deshret and the Three Moggy.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of... Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this... Still,
ನಿಮಿಷ.
You say he's coming back, but It sure doesn't feel like life's about to change
Aidu
around
Rappa,
here
Rama.
anytime soon. What's your proof?
ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ.
Haven't you
ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಾನೇ
noticed?
ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು.
The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever.
ರಾಮ ಮತ್ತು ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಣ ಅಪ್ಪ ತಾನೆ.
Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret.
ದುರ್ಯೋಧನ ಅಂದ ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳು. ಸಂಜೆ ಒಂದು ಮೆಸೆಂಜರ್. ಗೂಗಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡು. One second.
Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Sacrifice?
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said.
Huh?
Who are you?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I asked.
Yeah, bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay?
Okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear.
Hey!
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to.
Got it! At first, I told myself it was just the drink. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been.
No, not at all. We wouldn't.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not.
I have many ways to stop you from talking. So you'd best just stay home and don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try
Yes, got it.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying. He didn't try to reassure us at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. But we need to check a few more places. Very well.
Isaac!
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa. This is where Grandpa
There sure isn't much here.
No.
Incense? Please don't. But are you okay?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day.
So,
Huh? You know him too?
yes. Now that I...
Wait, surely Tainari didn't...
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house? In the forest. From a scar.
Oh.
ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಅಲ್ವೋ ಅದು? ನೀನು ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಕುರಾ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ? ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು. ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಅಲ್ವೋ ಅದು? ಅದ್ರ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ ಅದೊಂದು ರಿವರ್ ಓಪನ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು, ಲೇಕ್ ಓಪನ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಜಂಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಜಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. ಅದ್ರದ್ದು ರೂಟ್ಸು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದ್ರ ಹಿಲ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆನೆ. ಅದ ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಕುರಾ ಮಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ ನೀನು? ಅದೇ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಆ ಸಮುರೈಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೊಡಿಯಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದೇ ಹೌದಾ? ಅದೇನೆ ಡೊಮೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಕ್ಲೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸಕುರಾ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್.
What are you looking for, son?
Here it is.
ಓ, ಅದು ಯಾವ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಮ ಬಂದಾಗಲೇ ಮಾಡಿ.
Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't...
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, from the
ನಿನ್ ಮೇನ್
size and
ಸಕುರಾ
shape,
ಹೊಡೆದಿಲ್ಲ.
they belong to an adult male.
ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ನರುಕಾಮಿ ಶ್ರೈನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ,
This pattern is a common one from
ಅದ್ರ
this
ಜಸ್ಟ್
area.
ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಲೇಕ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡು, ಅದ್ರ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ.
This was probably someone from the village.
ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು 3-4 ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in the direction of the door.
ನಂದು ಅಯಾಟೋ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಂಡರರಿಗೆ ಓವರ್ ಪವರ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಾಸಸ್ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈಸಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ನಾನು ಒನ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ರೊಸಾರಿಯೋ ಇಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ 18, ವಾಂಡರರ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ 80 ಆಗ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ. ಟೀಮ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಆಗೋದು. ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೀಸ್ ಟೀಮ್ ವಿತ್ ಡೆಂಡ್ರೋ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಯಾಟೋ, ಬ್ಲೂಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫ್ರೀಸ್.
But who would come looking for Grandpa?
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent? Hey! What's wrong with liking good food?
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, even deep within the clutches of madness.
No.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Are the rumors really true? Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
ಏನು? ಓಕೆ.
It's highly...
Please? You have
ಅದು
to see
ಈಸಿ
my
ಅದು
grandpa.
ಮೂರ್ನಾಲ್ಕು ಸಮರ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು
Sounds like we'd better help get him back.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Ken.
ಫುಡ್ ತಿಂತಾರೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Speed of light. Ha! Don't blink. Huh? Speed of light. Yes.
ಒಂದು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಓಕೆ ಪಾಚಂಡೆ ಏನಿದು ಹುಕ್ಸ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹುಕ್ ಇತ್ತ ನಮ್ದು Hi doll, Corsair. Hi Corsair. What's up, Corsair? What is Hi doll? I don't know Hi doll. ಏನು $19? Very nice. मैं किसी का सपना हूँ जो आज बन चुका हूँ सच. अब मेरे सपना है कि सबके सपने सच में करूं. आसमां को छू लूं, तितली बनूं. Helicopter.
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better.
We're back, Candace. We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
ಅವ್ರು ರೇಸರ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೊರಗ್ತಿದ್ದ ಡಾರ್ಸಿ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೀ ಕೊರಗದೇ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊರಗ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅದಿಲ್ಲ
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
ಈ ರೇಸರ್ ಸಖತ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ಈ ರೇಸರ್ ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಟೀಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈನ್ DPS ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ. ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ನು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಆಡಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಕೊರಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ.
Oh, Dia's here too.
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you.
Did you find out anything useful? I see. So
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall. Scholars are fond of it, but as you can... Not to mention making incense is labor-intensive. It seems someone from beyond the wall...
Makes sense.
So what should we do then?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team. So you get... Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern?
ಸಖತ್ ಪ್ರೈಮೋ ಜೆಮ್ಸ್
Well,
ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ.
I also like to
ಸಖತ್
drink at the
ಸಖತ್.
tavern, so I know a thing or two about these
2700 ಪ್ರೈಮೋ
radicals
ಜೆಮ್ಸ್
you
in
mentioned.
1 month.
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some...
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Enger, the wide-eyed butcher, and these guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their... Throwing all of Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change...
Tia! You're amazing! You really know...
No merc can afford to slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more...
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life... Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of. But that all... I need to go around and ask some questions. Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure...
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Hello. Go to Caravan Rebot. Caravan Rebot.
Well, here we are again.
ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ? ಹಾ? ಗೊತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತು.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block... It was only after I grew up that I realized. The wall of Samiel isn't... Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, we're cheap labor. Like livestock, but easier. Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that...
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could. No, not at all. Besides, we're here to procure an...
Yep, we gotta catch...
Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful. Our mission started the moment we arrived. Let's go check out the tavern, maybe...
Hey. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಓದಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವಳೇ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಂಗೆ ಕ್ಲೂ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಟೈಮ್ ಝೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೋದೆ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬಾ ಯಾರಿಗಳು ಇಂಥ ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಫರ್ ಕೊಡೋದು. ಡಾರ್ಸಿ, ನೀ ಹತ್ರ ಜಿಯೋ ಸಿಮ್ ಇದೆಯಾ? ವೋಡಾಫೋನ್ ಆಯ್ತಾ ನಿಂದು? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ. ಅದೇ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ವೊಡಾಫೋನಿಂದ ಜಿಯೋ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಡೋಕೆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದು. ವೊಡಾಫೋನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆ ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗೋ ವೊಡಾಫೋನ್ ಬಾರಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡೋರು. ಈಗ ಜಿಯೋ ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ಎರಡಾಗ.
Just our luck.
ಇಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ನನಗೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ ಅವ್ರು ವೊಡಾಫೋನು, ಇವತ್ತು ಕಾಲ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ. ಸರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಪೋರ್ಟು ಸರ್? ಯು ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಯಬಲ್ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಸರ್, 4 years ಇಂದ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಸರ್. 1 month ಫ್ರೀ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್, ಅದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್, ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಪ್ಪ ತಲೆ ತಿಂತಿದ್ರು. ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ಅಂತೂ ನಂಗೆ ಫುಲ್ ತೊಂದರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದೆ. ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಸಿಗ್ನೇನೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ. ನಮ್ಮ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏರ್ಟೆಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್.
You mean you don't?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You're here for...
Zaki.
Oh, and who do you have with you here? Guests from another land? Hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's,
We've had drinks together a few times. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely...
Absolutely. Much better.
Yeah. Have you seen Enger?
Of course I have. Matter of fact...
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought...
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not?
Yes, how considerate.
Correct.
There yet?
Yep.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Why don't you take a guess? Go on.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Uh-oh. I'm a noob.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really...
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of...
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Delavar. And Enger. You're here too, huh?
heroes ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ?
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary. You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora.
Enough talking! Get him!
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
ಏಯ್ ಡಿಯಾನೋ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದಾರಪ್ಪ ಈಗ ಒಂದು
Following orders. Mind the deluge.
Germinate! Take that!
You're no match.
Impossible!
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only... I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary. Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace, that so-called Flame Mane, is just a fraud. She admitted it. That's what you thought.
Ugh. You lied in the village.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all... Okay, that should be all of them.
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in...
No task can be done without preparation. I just have...
Oh, but instead of
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be...
Oh! You mean the funny name she mentioned back in...
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the alcohol has a way of making people shit.
What about Zaki?
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down. That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted...
Wait, so he...
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager named...
Wow! What a
Ah, you're too kind. It was strict...
So, that thing you were saying before...
About
how mercenaries only care about Mora.
Does that bother you? What makes you so sure?
Dia? Do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other...
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon. I've heard a lot of night. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of every...
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the
But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's...
Dia...
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, mic testing.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay. She's been guarding Aru village for quite some...
While I'm questioning them.
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, traveler. As for these idiots, let's just hope they live...
ಸರಿಗಮಪದನಿಸ ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಗರಿಸ la 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 ಇಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾ ಏನಿದು ಇಳಿಯಪ್ಪ ಕಮಿಸಾಟೋ. ಬಾ ಕಾಲು ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ.
My hammer.
Hello?
You're open. Propagate.
You're open.
Don't blink! Hey!
You're open. You're open. Picked the wrong test subject. Be still.
ಮಾತಾಡುವ ಮಂದಾರವೇ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸಬೇಡ ಬೇಡವೇ ನಾನೇತುಗೆ
I'll keep this close.
Incoming!
Aha. Sleeping.
I'll keep this close. The wind rises.
Great sword ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ. ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಬ್ಲಾಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆವಲೇಷನ್. ಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟರ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಈಸಿನೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲೂ ಟ್ರೆಷರ್ ಹೋಲ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಬರೋದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅಬಿಸ್ ಮೇಜಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟರ್ ತುಂಬ. ಹೌದು, ಸುಮಾರು ಅಬಿಸ್ ಮೇಜಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮಾನ್ಸ್ಟರ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರ ಶೀಲ್ಡ್ ಹೊಡಿಯೋದು ಇದೇ ಥರ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ.
Kamisato art.
Kamisato art.
May have overestimated cascade.
Attack, Kamisato art.
Speed of light. Hey!
ಯಾರು ನನ್ನ ಆಯಾಟೋನ? ನನ್ನ ಆಯಾಟೋ ಸಕ್ಕ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇದೆ. ನಂದು ವಾಂಡರಲ್ಲಿ 4000-5000 ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ನೀನು ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಯಾಟೋ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್ ಆಯಾಟೋ. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್ ಅಂಡ್ HP ಆಯಾಟೋ. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಶ್ರೈನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಇದೆ. ಕೀನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀನಿ ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಯಾವತ್ತಾರೆ. ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೈಡ್ರೋ ಎರಡೇ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರೋದು, ಆಯಾಟೋ ಬರ್ಬರ. ನೋ ಮಚ್ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಸ್. ಆನಿಮೋ, ಸಾಯು, ವಾಂಡರರ್, ಹೇರಿಸು. ನೇತ್ರ ಆರ್ಚರ್ ಆನಿಮೋನು ಇದಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅವಳು. ಅವಳು ಸಖತ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟು ಆನಿಮೋ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆ. ಅವಳ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ತಡಿ, ಅದು ಓದ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವಳ ಆನಿಮೋ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಸಖತ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ.
Relax.
ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇದೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆರ್ಕೈವಲ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರೂಸಾ ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸಿ ಅವಳು ಶಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ರೆಸಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಟು ಆನಿಮೋ. And give Animo damage bonus. ಇವಳು Animo Lord ಇವಳು. She will decrease Animo resistance and increase Animo damage. She is very good for Animo support. Candace ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನೇಳು Polar Water. ಇವಳು ಸಖತ್ತು ಅಪ್ಲೈಯರ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟರ್. ಶೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇವಳು ಸೋರ್ಡು ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂತೀನಿ, ಸ್ಪಿಯರು ಮತ್ತೆ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೋರ್ಡ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ ಲಾರ್ಡ್ ನಹಿದ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀನಲ್ಲ. ಎಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ಲ ಉಳಿದ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್. ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಹೆಂಗೋ ಅನ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ ಮೇನ್ ಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಸೈನೋ ನೋಡು, ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇವಂದು ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾನಷ್ಟೇ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಶಾವ್ದ ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಸಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಶಾವ್ದ ಇದು 5 ಸ್ಟಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್. ನೋಡು ಇದೇನೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಶಾವ್ಸ್ ಜಂಪಿಂಗ್ ಅಬಿಲಿಟಿ, ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ AoE ಡ್ಯಾಮೇಜ್. ಸಖತ್ತಿದು. ಬಟ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವ್ನ ಲೈಫ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಶಾವ್ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಶಾವ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಶಾವ್ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಶಾವ್ ನಂಗೇನೆ, ನನ್ಗೆ ಶಾವ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ವಾಂಡರರ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಹೈಝೂನು ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಬೋತ್ ಆರ್ ಬೆಟರ್ ದೆನ್ ಶಾವ್. ನೀನು ಅಯಾಟೋ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ರೈಡನ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆನಿಮೋ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಈ ಅಯಾಟೋ ರೈಡನ್ ಇಬ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಟೀಮ್ ಆಗೋದು ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರೋ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಟೀಮ್. You should take on Barbara, who will continuously infuse hydro to enemies surrounding you. Ayato with his elemental burst, and then Kujo Sara to increase her attack, Raiden's attack, and then Raiden with her elemental burst.
Be still.
ಹೌದು, ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ? ಅವ್ರಿಬ್ರು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಬ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಟೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಕ್ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ ನಿನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ? ಡೆಂಡ್ರೋ ಯಾರಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಟ್ರಾವೆಲರ್ ಒಬ್ಬ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಡೆಂಡ್ರೋ ಹಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. And then Ayato. ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಯಾರು ತಗೋತೆ? ಎಂಟೂವರೆ. ಯಾವ್ದ್ರೊಳಗೆ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡೋದು. ಗೋಲಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೈಮೋಜಿಯೋ ವಾರ್ಶಿಪ್ ನೀನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮ್ಯಾಪಲ್ಲಿ? ಅದಾ, ಅದು 2 ಕಡೆ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ಸುಮಾರು 2 ಕಡೆ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು ದೇವಾಂತ ಮೌಂಟೇನ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಡೆಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಧ್ಯ, ವ್ಯಾಲಿ ಆಫ್ ದಾರಿ. Huge ruin guards. ವಿದರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಹೌದು, ವಿದರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ?
Don't blink!
Cascade!
About 3000 damage. Careful. No more Vidar.
A reward on the road.
ಏನಿದು? Aeon Light Draco. What the hell?
Propagate!
Out in the open.
Cascade!
ಏನು ಇದು?
Speed of light!
Squall and Fury!
ನೈದ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ನಿಂಗೆ? ನೈದ ಅಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲೇ ಸಖತ್ ಯುನೀಕ್. ಅವಳು ಲಾಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಲಾಕ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಗೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲ, ನಂಗಂತೂ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರಣವ್ ಮಾತಾಡುವ
Hey, Dia!
Right on time. Well,
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know...
we've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she...
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial...
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. Us mercs, on the other hand,
Well, Paimon thinks he...
Really?
Aye.
Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here!
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Yes.
Sharing some interrogation tech.
Oh! You mean you taught Candace some...
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Candace, where... Whoa! You look furious!
Do I?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why...
Yes! Please, don't beat us anymore.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
You fear death yourselves. Yet you do. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community. You come here, to my village.
Mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers.
But
But there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. In wars, the people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough, and a war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you...
We understand. I'll tell you everything I know, please.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading... Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection, and talked us into helping him. I'm not...
That's one.
Huh? One...
Strike. You get a total of 3.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name. That guy. He wears a cloak, and he's always careful.
I believe I may know what's going...
Uncle Anpu?
Smooth.
Okay.
If my suspicions are correct, some time ago, people from the Academia attempted... It strikes me now that this secretive...
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radical... They were the ones who brought them here to be...
Not the Academia again.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority...
You're right. Isaka's
time to go. Let's leave the village and try...
Yes. Pack up.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
ಏನಾದ್ರು ಬೇಕಾ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಬೇಕಾ ಹಣ್ಣು ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಆಗ್ಲಿ Yes. Hmm. Hmm. ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಡೈಲಿ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು 100 ಪ್ರೈಮೋಜನ್ಸ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. I told you, na? Okay, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದೆ ಅಂತ.
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Whoa! Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see...
You were gone for ages! And now you're suddenly sitting here...
ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಯಾವಾಗ ಇದೆ ಅದು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly... There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in... Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and...
Yep. We're not gonna find out... Enough with the silent treatment!
No. I'm just surprised that you decided...
All Hatham. You haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Yeah, you're...
While you were investigating, I had my...
Really? Paimon doesn't...
To be honest, we aren't really a team. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some...
Huh? Right?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But...
What does that...
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single...
You mean... some of the...
Hiding the truth does not necessarily... Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was... Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been... The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace...
Those eyes, those fierce eyes.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
ಈ ಗೇಮ್ ಆಡು ಸಕ್ಕತ್ತಾಗಿದೆ. ನೀನು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರೈಮೋಜನ್ಸ್ನ ಪುಲ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು.
Right.
She corrected herself mid-sentence
ಆಮೇಲೆ
because she's
ನೀನು ಸಿಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ
aware
ಅಂತ
that
ನೀನು
there are King
ಅಳ್ಬೋದು.
Deshret fanatics in the
ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ
village.
ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಾವು
But
ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
she sounds too friendly towards the...
I think it's been a few days since I last saw...
Remember? She made a point of...
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act...
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss...
What?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me.
We're on it!
ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಆಡ್ಬೋದು. Time to pull one acquaint feint. Please give me 5 star. Okay, it is not 5 star. It is 4 star. Who is this? I got sucrose. ವಾವ್, ಸುಕ್ರೋಸ್ದು man, just when I thought I had a team, something else comes up. Mm-hmm. 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 Gaming. Game. You're so bad at the game that it'll automatically be unique content. It is however you want to take it.
Miss Shawnee,
850 ಇದಾಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ
as we discussed.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware.
Huh? What do you mean?
Go ahead and talk to her. Go on.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler? Hi, Traveler. Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better? Why's that? That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know before, I wouldn't even have the Traveler, do you believe our lives will get...
Yeah! We came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really but even so, we've met lots of people from different... We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them!
My apologies for posing my questions like that.
Alhaitham told us you have your reasons.
The fact is that I'm... only one side of my family. Some believe in the Dendro Archon. What?
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that...
Yeah. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. And then it happened. The village keepers...
You can tell them. I'm sure...
All right. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing. Perhaps. I'm not sure. It used to be louder and more frequent. But
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They all... But, because we're in the middle of a desert, you would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
There's really nothing around these parts.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah! Let's go!
ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಅಲ್ಲ ಗ್ಲೂಕಾನ್ ಡಿ. ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಕಾಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅವ್ರು ಕಾಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಏನು ಹೊಸ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಿಂಗ್. ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ. As long as they compensate well, all good. April ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ ರಜಾ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಮಾಡು. Rosario Ayato will freeze. First Dendro with Ayato with Rosario skill and burst. Then freeze. That should increase critical rate and damage at that point. Right? Damage order. I think that would be the team. ಇದೇ ಅಲ್ಲ ನನ್ನ ಫೈನಲ್ ಟೀಮ್. ಡೆಂಡ್ರೋ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲರ್, ವಾಂಡರರ್, ಅಯಾಟೋ ಅಂಡ್ ರೊಸಾರಿಯೋ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ಯೂರ್ ಜಿಯೋ ಟೀಮ್ ಕಟ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾಯಲ್, ಗೋರು, ನಿಂಗ್ವಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಯಾರೋ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದು. ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ರೊಸಾರಿಯೋ ಒಂದು 70 ಹಾಕೋ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. Currently 50. Sorry. Yes, I am. Okay. I am